People don't talk about the crappy seasons enough. People don't talk about the slow months. People don't talk about the burnout, the fail, the questioning of everything.
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the ex-agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips.
Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 195. And this episode is going to suck. Just kidding. It's not going to suck. But we are talking about sucky seasons of your business, which sounds like maybe kind of a depressing episode. But I think this was actually one that somebody had asked us to talk about. We poll our audience every once in a while and ask for ideas on podcast episodes. And one of them was how not to give up in a sucky season. And before we recorded this,
there were a handful of just how not to give up, how to keep going. Like, when not to quit, when to quit, like,
right.
Just all it, because that's the reality of running your own business. It's freaking exhausting. And half the time we're sitting here questioning, why the heck did I do
literally
this?
Everything we do. Some days I look at my stuff and I'm like, should I be doing this? Am I qualified? And then I ask Abby and she's like, yes. So first, we want you to know that you are not alone. We all have these seasons where inquiries are dry, our launches hear only crickets, and you question literally everything that you're doing. And if you're doing it right, if you should be in this industry, if you should just quit, if that would be easier. But what we need to realize is business isn't always linear or inspiring. And that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's legit survival mode, and we've all felt it. Clearly, our audience has felt it if this is something that you want us to talk about. And it's something that we probably don't talk about enough. You know, people don't talk about the crappy seasons enough. People don't talk about the slow months. People don't talk about the burnout, the fail, the questioning of everything that you're doing. Because we're all just smiling on Instagram and saying that everything is great and we've got our shit figured out and we're doing just fine and we're making lots of money. And that's not always the case.
No.
So that's what this episode is about. How to not to give up in those seasons. Those seasons are hard to get through and we get through them. But what are some ways that we can cope? What are some ways that we can creatively get through them? And that's kind of what we want to talk about today. And we've got some really great examples of some very influential people in life that have gone through seasons like this as well, but have come out on such the opposite
Literally
side of it.
Everyone has gone through a sucky season. Like, you're not human if you haven't. But
you're
think
a robot.
Yeah. I think just a little peek inside my brain of what I think about some days. Which,
I mean, I'm sure I've had this peak every day.
Yeah.
I know
sure.
the inside of your brain.
I think like, yes, I love our business. I love my job. I love our clients. I love it all. I'm so glad we do it.
I love
every once
Courtney.
in a while. Oh, I love Courtney. I had a dream the other day that she broke up with me and I had to tell her.
It was legit the first thing she texted me at like 8 a.m. in the morning. She's like, you broke up with me in my dream last night. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that was a nightmare, not a dream, actually.
She told me she didn't want to be my friend anymore and we just had to do the bare minimum for business.
That is ruthless.
I know. It was very sad.
I'm a heartless individual.
I know. But anyways, some days I do daydream. What would it be like if I was just a mom?
I think about that too.
Like, I don't think there's anyone out there who doesn't just daydream about what if I burned it all to the ground? Like, what if I just quit? What if, like, what would I do?
Or have you ever even like gone further and thought like, I love my life and I love my family and I love my daughter. But have you ever thought like, what if I never got married? No, but seriously, like what if I was single? What would I be doing? Like, could I have so much more potential? Would I be traveling more? Would I be rich?
Yeah. I think about that. Like, we started our business in the early years of either trying to have a family or having a family. I don't know what it's like to run a business single. Like, just being in I sometimes envy people.
Yeah. And
who
they're on the
have
other side
that
of this
life.
probably being like,
Yeah.
yeah, but we work all the time.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm like, man, think of like where our business would be if we had just a couple years
of just
of just our business.
Uninterrupted time. Yeah.
So if any of that makes you feel any better, no, like if you think those thoughts too, like you're not alone. Like I love everything about our life, but every once in a while you do that daydream of like, what if I just like lived in Costa Rica by myself?
Right.
What if?
What? I mean, we could write a book on that. We could have a whole podcast episode on that.
We could.
But this episode is not talking about the what ifs.
Our brain thoughts.
But we can do that sometime.
Really
this episode is all about what to do when you do feel stuck, discouraged, or literally just over it.
Yes. So every business is going to have these sucky seasons. Every human has these sucky seasons, like literally everyone. And comparing these seasons to your business, like when you think about just the seasonality of life anyways, so summer, winter, fall, spring, it's the same thing. Like business has these seasons too. Winter isn't necessarily bad. It's restorative. So I was actually telling Courtney the other day about how I was meeting with one of our clients, and I've just been like working with her on like some overall like health and wellness general stuff. And she was actually talking about how like, you know, during the winter season, you're just supposed to lean into it. You're supposed to lean into the slowness of it. You're supposed to sleep more. You're supposed to relax. And during the summers, you're supposed to rev it up and use that time to like launch and brainstorm and do all of these big things. And I just thought that was so interesting because we talk about seasonality oftentimes with business and like hormone fluctuations, especially for women, right? So like you have those seasons every month in your cycle, literally every month. And so riding that. But what if we thought even bigger about the actual seasons and what's happening?
I'm glad you just said sleep more because I'll take you up on that.
Right. Like when the daylight is less and like how can we actually incorporate that into big launch windows and into the things that we're doing? And maybe if we lean into what nature is already doing, maybe it'll just be easier to like manage and you'll feel more rested and restorative and you'll have these like bigger insights during certain times of the year. So
that might be the woo-wooiest thing I've ever heard you say. Lean into nature.
You're rubbing off on me.
Oh, I love this.
Scary. Anyways, so let's move on from that. So everyone is going to have these busy seasons. They might be different during different periods. So that's where sometimes that imposter syndrome can creep in because you're watching someone on Instagram have their busy season while you're in your slow. And every business, every niche, every audience, everything is going to be unique and different. So at the end of the day, we need to have these because if we don't have these, we're on just a straight path to burnout.
Oh, 100%. Like
you need the slowdown.
You need a break. You need to like sit in that for a while and really
we still
lean
can
into
hate
it.
it when it happens. But you need it.
But try to embrace it.
Yes.
Like Abby just said.
For real. So if you think about it, like kids have growth spurts, right? And so do we. So does our business. Our business is going to have these growth spurts that are going to come with some costs that are going to require us to actually rest and figure out what the next step is. So sometimes it's just a good thing to remember that when you're really feeling stuck, it's usually during that time when the season is sucky, money is low, clients are low, maybe your mental health and your imposter syndrome and all of that is kind of playing into it. And sometimes your business needs to just hibernate a little, and that's okay.
I love it. So we are, like I said, we have a little bit of motivation here of people who have kind of been there that are big influential people now, because literally everyone experiences this. And sometimes I think we forget that even these influential people experience this kind of stuff as well, because all you see is a lot of the good. You don't see the backstory. You don't see the failures. You don't hear the sucky part of what they had to go through before they succeeded. The first one, Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. I vividly remember, I don't know if I watched a documentary or something, but hearing her story. So we're going to kind of rapid fire these because we've got a lot of great examples. So we're going to start with her. So she spent 2 years hearing no from manufacturers before one finally agreed to make her first prototype. And she sold Spanx door to door and kept her day job while building her empire. Now she's a billionaire.
It's wild.
Door to door.
Yeah. Walt Disney, he was actually fired from a newspaper because he lacked imagination. And his first animation studio actually went bankrupt, and then he was rejected over 300 times before finding financing for Disneyland. 300 times. He heard no 300 times. I don't think I would keep going. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think if I heard no if I heard no 100 times, I think I'd quit.
Like, I thought you were going to say 3 times.
300 times. And imagine what Disney is today.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he would have listened to the no's?
It's insane.
The third one, J.K. Rowling, Abby should really be talking about this one, but wrote Harry Potter while broke, divorced, and raising one child. All of those things are hard to do by yourself. Got 12 rejections from publishers before one took a chance on her manuscript. 12 rejections. Again, that's a lot of no's. That's a lot of turning away.
Oprah Winfrey, she got fired from her first TV job, and she was told that she wasn't fit for television.
Now look at her.
I wonder what that person thinks.
Yeah. Idiot. Number 5, Howard Schultz, Starbucks, rejected 242 times by investors before someone believed in his vision for Starbucks as a coffee house experience. And now look at Starbucks. I literally give them my money every day.
I kind of want to know who counted these. You know?
Who counted the no's?
Like, did they? Yeah, the no's. Like, were they counting them? Like, okay, one of these is going to be right.
We'll follow up with that in the show notes because we're going to figure this out.
I want to know.
I know. Now I need to count how many times, like, my husband says no to me and be like, you said no to me 375 times
before you let me buy a new skeleton. Oh, goodness. Vera Wang, she didn't design her first wedding dress until she was 40. So for everyone who's saying like, oh, it's too late. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And she did this after getting rejected from the U.S. Olympic figure skating team and leaving Vogue because she wasn't promoted to editor-in-chief.
Wild.
It is.
And then the last line that we want to leave you here with is, well, we're not wrapping up this episode, don't worry. But all of the influential things here. So Thomas Edison's famous line, I'm sure you've heard this before, but I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work.
And so I think like these are some of the most successful people in our history. And they didn't skip the sucky seasons.
And this is just a handful, I am sure.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many thousands more.
Yes.
And all of these people stuck with it, stayed through it, and then became who they are today. And I guarantee you they wouldn't be who they are today if they didn't have those sucky seasons.
Correct. If they didn't get told and rejected multiple times.
Yeah. So here's the real reason why everything feels super hard right now. You're burned out because you've been doing too much. But you also can't take a break because you need sales and clients. You're disconnected from your why. You don't even remember what you're doing and why because you're too busy worried about that bottom line. You're comparing yourself to others' highlight reels. You're looking at others thrive in a different season than what you're in right now. Yes. You're trying to do business like everyone else because you see what's working for those other people out there. If it's working for them, it has to work for me, rather than trusting your own rhythm and your own uniqueness. And because of all of that, you're forgetting to rest.
And that's literally one of the most important things that you could do for your brain, for your business, for your mental health, for you.
It's like, seriously, no wonder. Like, you hear all of that and you see it, like you could have an out-of-body experience seeing it from the outside. And you're like, no wonder I'm feeling this way. Like, I'm feeling this way because of all of these things. And the biggest thing is you're stepping away from your own uniqueness and your why. And like,
you're trying
to fit in,
be somebody else or fit in. Yes.
Yeah.
So we want you to ask yourself this: what's really draining you right now? Is it your work? Is it your expectations? Is it your energy? Is it all of the above? Because we are going to take you through a handful of things on how not to give up even when you want to. But you really need to ask yourself, what is it that's draining you right now, and kind of pinpoint those parts of what's really being a part of that sucky
and
season.
Take a step away. Like right now, if you're listening to this and you're on a walk or you're driving, and like pause this episode or come back to it later, or maybe at the end of this episode, just like take some time alone, not in front of your computer, not in front of technology, and just like ask yourself these questions. Maybe journal it out as you start writing. Like maybe something will pop into your head, but just kind of taking this time to dig deeper of like what's draining me, and not settling at the first answer.
Right.
My emails. Okay. What within your emails is draining you? Well, there's too many. Okay. Like why? Like just keep digging deeper and deeper. And then maybe you'll uncover like it's actually the clients that I'm bringing in that are not aligning with what I want to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not excited about the work anymore. Or maybe it's that you actually like don't have any quiet time and you need to read your emails during a different part of the day, or like there could be answers in there that you're just not getting to because you're not taking that like deeper granular look at what's actually draining you.
It's kind of like asking yourself why for everything. So it's like my emails. Okay, why? Because I have too many. Okay, but why do I have too many?
Yeah.
Or like, why do they make me feel awful when I read them? Could be your clients.
Yeah.
So like continually asking yourself why until you get to the root cause of like what that problem could be that's really sucking the life out of you.
This is actually something I did in like one of my very first therapy sessions. She was like, I want you to write down everything that starts to like make you realize like my breathing is heavier, my chest is tight. Anything that triggers it, just write it down.
Gosh, I hope my name wasn't on that list.
Courtney. Anytime I see Courtney's name on my phone. But it's like surprising because sometimes it will be things that I think I like, but then I discover like, oh, maybe I don't like that.
You're
actually.
like trying to again fit into some sort of a box or some sort of a societal norm or something, or like what Instagram is telling you need to like at the time.
And I think it's really hard for me to like just do something like this where it's like, what's draining me? Because I don't get deep enough. Like I don't like think about my feelings
Abby doesn't
enough.
like to feel her feels, and
I don't like to feel my feels. Yeah.
We should do this exercise together.
I don't know.
Actually, we would probably start crying, and then
we would start crying.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something where I think it's easier for me to just like grab a notebook, have it with me at all times, and anytime I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or like feelings I don't want to feel, writing down what it is that I'm doing.
Yep.
And I think that's where you can kind of track it, especially if this is a really hard question to answer right now.
Yeah. So there's multiple ways. Yeah, you could do it. You could sit down and really dive into it at one setting. Or if that's overwhelming to you and you can't get to the root cause of something, then like Abby said, just carry something around. And when you start to feel those feelings creep in, write down what it is you're doing in that moment and then go back later and evaluate.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give you some solutions because we've been talking a lot about the feels.
Oh man, I love this episode.
I know. Okay, so how not to give up even when you want to. Number 1, you need to rest. You need to rest without quitting. So it's not the same as giving up. Like I think this is something I am someone who I'm not a good rester. Like I am, and Courtney knows this about me.
I do.
Courtney is good at this. I am not. It is really hard for me. And I think I've gotten better because there have been seasons where I've been really, really bad at this.
I hope I'm wearing off on you a little bit. Yeah. But even last night, we were like the night before recording some podcasts, we were like, oh gosh, we haven't outlet a single one. And Abby was like, I'm going to do it tonight before bed. And I don't think she did, which I'm very proud of her. And then I was like, I'm going to wake up really early and do some, which I didn't because I didn't sleep very well last night. And then we just did it together when we got together today. And it was fine. It's like one of those things where it's like, you don't have to constantly be working or doing something. Like you need that rest in that time. Because if I would have tried to do it this morning after not a good night's rest, it probably would have been crap. Or if you would have tried to do it last night when you were tired, it probably would have been crap. So it's like resting and knowing when you need to rest versus like when you need to work.
I think for me, it's giving myself permission. Like I need permission not to work today because I think I don't have off times. So it doesn't matter if it's Saturday. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday. It doesn't matter if it's nighttime. It does not matter what time of day it is. Like I will always have something of like, if I have downtime, if I'm doing this, I should be doing this. Like this is what I should be doing. And then my body doesn't want to do it because I'm tired and I need to rest. And I still have that mental capacity though of I should have done that. And then you're shooting on yourself and like, it's just not a good thing.
That's a lot of like, I feel like females do that a lot, maybe more so than males. And I think moms in particular, like it's just such a mom guilt thing too. Like if I'm not working, I should be momming. And if I'm not momming, I should be working. And then there's no time left for you. And that's not okay either because you're not going to show up good at either of those things if you're not taking care of yourself first.
Yeah, it's really hard. So I think giving yourself permission, like actually saying, I'm not working today. I'm not working tonight.
And sometimes it's easier when you have a business partner to say that because some days I'll be like, I don't think I'm working this Friday. Like I'm just taking a beat. So if you need to like physically say it out loud to somebody, tell your biz bestie or something like that.
Have someone hold you accountable.
Saying it out loud to somebody almost gives you that permission too.
Yeah. Or tell your audience.
Yeah.
Like, hold your audience
Yep.
accountable too.
Out of the office.
So yeah, you can't create if you're in this constant survival mode. And honestly, I kind of feel like some of my best ideas are come when I'm like driving and I'm just not listening to anything, or I'm like walking my dog, or I'm taking a shower. Like all of a sudden I'll have an idea. And it's when I'm not thinking about work. It's very rare that I have those ideas when I'm constantly working.
Right, exactly. Because you don't have time for those ideas.
There's no creative freedom.
Make their way in. Yeah. So another reason another way of not how to give up is finding one thing that feels light. So what we mean by this is picking one thing that brings joy or ease to your life. So whether that's creating, writing, designing, connecting, pick one of those things that brings joy to your personal life or your business life that is going to feel light and bring some of that lightness into your life as well. Focus on that for a week instead of trying to fix everything, right? You're not going to fix everything at once. I think that's sometimes when we get into these phases, we want to, you have to do it all or you don't do any of it, right? And this is like a problem I have is like, if I'm going to do my laundry, I'm going to do it all and I'm going to finish it all tonight. And I just don't have the capacity to do that if you've seen my closet. So it's like doing little things at a time, right? You're not going to fix it overnight. You have to slowly work on it. And for us, one of the things that we love to do within our business that feels joyful and it's a space for us to be creative and inspiring and feels light and fun is our duo working days. So we set these days. I think we try to do it twice a month, or that's
once
what we're
a month. I think
once a month, twice a month is kind of what we're like trying to aim for. But we set aside these days. We look at the calendar. We block them out, months in advance, just so we have them on the calendar. So we are setting ourselves accountable for that. But we get together, we work on, some of our goals. We work on the things that we're really excited about for our business. If we're launching a new service, if we want to tweak something on our website, these are really meant for us to kind of get together and do some of those CEO tasks, but do them together instead of just siloing ourselves at our own house. So again, if you have a business partner, this is a great thing for you to adopt is just having these working days on your calendar where you literally work together all day long. We don't really have an agenda. We kind of just get there and we're like, hey, what is sparking joy and creativity right now that we want to work on? Sometimes, there are things that have like a timeline that we really want to like get it launched or done. But other times it's just like, no, this is really bringing joy to me right now. Let's focus on this.
And if there's something that we're like, I don't want to work on that, then we don't work on it.
Yeah. Like it's meant to be fun, light, creating things.
We always
inspired.
find a new coffee shop to go to, like find somewhere fun to get out of our house.
And if you don't have a business partner, then find somebody in your industry, in the small biz world, a friend.
Just go, even if you just go by yourselves, that's totally like, get out of your house though. Like go somewhere new environment, put on your favorite playlist.
Be comfy.
Not ever open your email.
No. Well, we might do that sometimes. But.
No, email, dead. Email is dead on these days. Dead. So you should just be working on the things that light you up because at the end of the day, we do love our business and we need to remember why we love it. And for us, it's like a no-brainer when we have these days because it's like, dang, I love working on our business. Like truly.
Those days are so fun. Like I really wish we could have one once a week, but
yeah, same.
Maybe someday.
Okay. The next one is to reconnect with your why. So pull out your old goals, vision board. I mean, maybe you don't even have that yet. And so you need to start there by actually understanding your why of like, why did I start this? Who am I doing this for? And dig deeper. Like, don't just be like, I started this for my kids. Like, yes,
we all did.
We all did. Like, I know, but there's something deeper. Like, I honestly think like, yes, I love that my boys get to see like me leading and running and, like doing my own thing. That's great.
Drawing that Remy did of us.
Here's Abby and Courtney. He made little stick figures.
And I was like, who's that?
It's like our branded colors too.
So adorable.
It is really cute. And I think like, yeah, that's beautiful and awesome. But also like our business is for me.
Yeah.
Like
I started this for us, for me.
It's for me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's also something that I like do for recognition too. Like, I don't know what the words are for it. I can't even like speak them right now because it's like, I think that's
such
something
a strong feeling.
I know. I just feel it deep down.
No words.
But I think there is definitely a deeper of like why. And so this is something that, and we can link our Sip and Strategize workbook in here so that you can grab that and actually go through that and answer some of these questions. But some of the things like figuring out your elevator pitch of who do you help, what your mission statement is, and making sure your mission statement is for you. Like, I think that's sometimes where we get really hung up on like mission statements, feeling like you're building them for someone else, or like you're building them for clout. Yeah, my mission statement is this, and I'm going to put it on my website, and you're going to think so big of me. But your mission statement should be for you. Yes. It should be what drives you. Yes. Not everyone else, because it's your business.
Right. And if they want to work with you based on your mission and what you do, then they're going to work with you regardless.
Yeah. And doing these things is going to provide so much clarity. And usually after you do them, it also is going to like reignite you, build some motivation for your business. And if this is something that you just truly don't have capacity for, this is one of our absolute favorite things to do in our brand creation packages is actually build out your brand's why and your brand strategy and the words that go along with it. And that like combined with your visuals is so powerful.
It is so powerful. Yeah. It's so exciting to see it all come together. The fourth one is leaning into your community. So first, if you don't have a community, you have to find one. That is our homework for you. Most people do, though. And even if you feel like you don't have a community, you most likely do online somewhere. You're just not involved as much. But again, if you don't, seek out a community, one that you feel would be a good fit for you. And leaning into our business besties, your mastermind, fellow mompreneur crew, just anybody that you follow or that you might look up to or that you've talked to throughout the years as you build your business. We have tons of online business besties that we see in real life every once in a while, but not very often. And we talk to them all the time. We lean into them when there's slow seasons, when there's dark seasons, when there's scary seasons. We ask them questions. We see how they're doing. We check in on them. So having that business community is so important because we have our friends, we have our family, and that's great and all, but sometimes they just don't get it from a business perspective of like what you might be doing or struggling with. So it's nice to have somebody on the other side that understands those moments and those feelings too. And a lot of the times they can kind of like help us get through those sucky seasons as well.
Yeah.
And then you realize they also have those sucky seasons. It's a not that you want anybody to have a sucky season, but you just realize that this is the nature of the business. Everybody goes through it. And it's just sometimes nice to talk about it.
Lift each other up together for sure. Yeah. And I think we kind of forget about, I'm sure there's Facebook groups you're a part of. Maybe you haven't been as active, or like we have a ton of circle groups we're in with like 10th House, with Show It has their own circle group. Dubsado has their own circle group. Tella has their own circle group. So like when I log in a circle, I literally have 4 communities at my fingertips right there. And those are real people inside, even though a platform or a brand or someone else created it, they created the community for you to use the community.
Yes.
So be a part of it. And you don't need to go out there and search too hard to find something. Like
they're everywhere.
You likely are in them and you just don't realize it.
Yes. Yep.
So next, we want you to celebrate the tiny wins, even if they feel silly. I'm really bad at this, but Courtney keeps me in check.
Yes.
So just celebrating, like if you're having a really hard day, but you showed up, you sent one email, you made one decision, like celebrate that. Like there you did something. And I think that's like oftentimes we're too hard on ourselves.
Yeah. Especially in the sucky season. If you're just like, wow, I just kind of felt like crap today and I feel like I didn't do anything, but actually go back and like, think about it. Did you do something? Even if it was small, even if it was little, you did something.
Yeah. This is where Sarah Kleiss talks about her to-done list all the time. And I think that is something that is really powerful. Like if you are in a sucky season, to actually keep a to-done list of like, what did you do today? And at the end of the week, you can actually be like, wow, I did a lot, but for some reason I just didn't assign value to it.
Yeah. Right.
And because I didn't assign value to it, it makes me feel crappy.
Because we're so focused on the to-do versus the to-done.
Yes.
That if we flipped that script, we'd actually feel pretty good about ourselves and everything that we do.
For sure.
Do.
We're so immature. Oh, gosh.
Okay, so the sixth one. This is something that we like. We say this a lot. We are actually pretty good at this, I feel like. Let something go. Our motto is we ain't saving lives. Now, if you're listening to this and you're a nurse or you're a doctor, maybe you shouldn't say that, but we are not. We're marketers. We are not saving people's lives. Our jobs are important, but they are not that important.
Yeah. It can wait. Anything can wait. Doesn't
Yes.
have to happen right now. It can happen
Yes.
tomorrow. It can happen in a week.
And I feel
It's
like we
fine.
didn't used to be good at this, but the longer we have grown in our business, the better we are getting at this. Not everything deserves your energy right now or all the time. So if you get an email from a client and you feel like you need to immediately reply to that email, that's not an okay feeling to have. Or if you feel like, somebody's going to email you at midnight and you need to respond ASAP, that's not good, right? That's not good for our nervous system. It's not good for our mental stability. It's not a way to run a business if you are not saving lives. So just letting yourself, understanding where your energy needs to be put at throughout the day with specific things too.
Yeah. And I think as you say that, I need to respond to this right away, or I need to do X, Y, and Z. I have those feelings frequently of this needs to get done now. I need to do this right now. I can't stop working until this is done. It comes and goes, but I'll definitely have these urgency. And it's because I'm trying to avoid the feeling, whatever feeling I'm trying to feel. And usually, especially if it's an email where it's someone is unhappy or
those ones are the
I
hard
need to
ones
fix something, because I don't want to sit in that.
Yeah.
And it's not about them in that moment. It's usually about me. And it's about I don't want anyone to think bad of me ever.
Yeah.
Ever. But that's a lot of pressure to put on you. Not everyone's going to like me, and that's okay. But in my mind, it's not.
Yeah.
So it's I need to fix this immediately. And that is where my brain goes. And so usually it's if you're having such a strong feeling that you can't take a break and you can't stop, there's a different fear happening that you probably need to address. And I think I am very bad at this. This is something that I have to work on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel with some certain things for sure. But yeah, you'll even text me and be you'll talk about it and I'll be I'll just say that line. We ain't saving lives. We're okay. And I think too, even if it's not in a situation where somebody might not be happy or whatever, but if somebody's asking a question or wants something, we don't have to jump on that immediately. I can reply to that client the next day or whatever, because I guarantee you they're not expecting an immediate reply either.
Well, they might be, but then they're also sitting in their feelings, and they're also have their own feelings to deal with.
Right,
Usually in the heat of a moment of anything, it's never good to do that
immediately.
But that's how I've always worked. Literally 35 years of my life, I've worked that way. So it's also it's going to take a really long time to train myself out of it.
Our listeners aren't going to understand this, but I feel it's that reel that you sent your mom. That's
yes.
where all this trauma is
when my
from.
anxiety trauma came from. Yeah.
We'll put a link to the the reel. It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. But it is something where it's just understanding where the urgency, that feeling of urgency is coming from and why you feel that way, and then addressing that.
Exactly.
Because usually it's the expectation that you have of yourself, or how people view you, or who you feel you have to be. There's a lot of other things that are kind of packaged up into that.
Right.
That, just causes problems.
Yes.
Ooh, therapy session.
That was a tiny therapy session.
It was. And then finally, during this time, you need to stop consuming content. So I stop listening to us. Stop listening to podcasts, stop scrolling Instagram, stop reading blogs, stop searching Pinterest, stop consuming everything. Because if you are in this state, and if you are struggling, and if you are in a sucky season, even if you hear something positive, you're stuck in this imposter syndrome. And sometimes it can be really hard to even take in that, because you're sitting in this imposter syndrome and this issue of I can't do that, or you're viewing something that's meant to be positive, but you're shedding a negative light on it because of how you're feeling in this season.
Yeah. And they have apps. I have one downloaded. We can put it in the show notes, but every once in a while, I'll just like try to take a small break from consuming content on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. And you can download an app and then you can connect it to your other apps. So when you go to open Instagram or Facebook, it like pops up with like a 10-second thing, and it has this like inspirational quote on it. And it kind of gets you thinking like, do you really need to be opening this app right now? And then it gives you the option to explore the app for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. And then you click how long you want to be in it, and then it'll kick you out after that.
I need that app.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't you told me about this?
I have.
Kind of mad at you.
I learned about it through Jenna Kutcher. She posted it, I don't know, 6 months ago or something like that.
I love it. Yeah, because I can't tell you how many times my thumb just clicks Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And you don't realize.
I don't want
and
to.
And then all of a sudden you're in it and you're like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah, my thumb is just mean. It's not nice. But for real, during this time, like you do just need to stop consuming. It's okay. It's okay to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And just focus on the other things that make you happy too. Courtney would watch murder documentaries.
Don't ask me why that calms me down, but it does.
Weird. So let's talk a little bit about like what's helped us during this season. For us, because we've had our own sucky seasons multiple times every year. We have them, like they happen. So one of the things that always helps us is looking back at our financial reports, understanding when slow seasons tended to happen and seeing those trends. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a huge thing that oftentimes gives us relief, just knowing that like, okay, this is normal. This might just be seasonality. This kind of
happens year after year for us. Yeah.
And we've been in business for 5 years, and I still feel like we don't have enough data. Well, 6, 7. Yeah. I don't know. 7 years? I don't know.
How old is Cal?
Whatever.
Isn't that what
Less
we
than
go
10.
off of?
Yeah. He's almost 7.
Less than 10.
I feel like 6.5. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Either way, I feel like we don't have as much data as I wish we had.
I agree. It's hard. Yeah. And our business has changed so much from year one. So much.
But it's still reassuring. It's still reassuring to look back on the past few years and be like, oh, okay.
I mean, just recently, like we were kind of like in one of those slower seasons. And I just told Abby, I was like, pull up our financials. Was it like this last year? And it was worse last year at this time. So it's just like looking back at those things, we're like, oh, this could be a trend within our business, our service, whatever.
Yep.
Another thing is talking with your business with other business owners. So biz besties. We kind of talked about this earlier, but sometimes we've even just like slow seasons, sucky seasons have reached out to them and be like, wow, do you feel this right now too? And they'll reply and be like, absolutely. I thought I was the only one. And when you start to share that or talk to them or confide in them during those sucky seasons, you'll start to realize that you're not the only one in it. And you guys can kind of like help each other through it.
We have these calls with our clients. Like our clients come on and they're like, oh, it's just really sucked right now. And I'm like, hey, yeah, agreed. Yeah, it does. It sucks for us too. So I think the transparency in that people appreciate as well. So it's not like sometimes we try to hide it. Like everything's all good.
Know. Yeah.
And you don't have to hide it. Like you can say that
this sucks right now.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then another thing, so this kind of is like a morale boost, I would say. We quiz our audience, not just to hear how great we are, but also to get data. But
mainly to hear how great we are.
I know. You guys are all so incredibly sweet whenever you do our quizzes, and you're always you just lift us up.
Yeah.
I need to like frame half of the things.
We need to like
love
do
us
it
so
once
much.
a month just so we
it
get
makes me cry.
a little morale boost.
I know. So that is honestly something that, yes, of course, there are a few things where people are like, you send too many emails. It's too much content. I can't do it. Like, yes, I get it. We give away a lot of information and it can feel overwhelming. But also, like, I'm okay with that. Like, that's fine.
That's who we are.
Take a break from our content.
Yes,
like, sure.
Exactly.
But the majority of people in there are telling us like we're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how much
it means to us.
Yeah, it really does, because sometimes it's like, what are we doing? And that is reassuring to know that it is hitting the right audience and
that we're
resonating with the right people and motivating people. So quizzes can be a fun way to give yourself a little morale boost. So make sure you ask a question that's like, what do you like about me right now?
I love that so much. Oh gosh. Okay. The next one, what helped us in our own sucky seasons is stepping away and thinking. So like, who are we? What do we need outside of our own business? It's just taking a breath, taking a minute, and kind of stepping out of that day to day, right? Like, don't think about the emails in your inbox. Don't think about the next social post that you have to post. Don't think about the email you have to draft and send out. Step away and just truly think. Give yourself some breathing area, some creativity, some space, and also just think about what you need outside of your business, because it's not just about, if you're going through a sucky season in your business, likelihood is that maybe there's some sucky stuff going on in your personal life too. Like, they kind of sometimes go hand in hand. And even if they don't, which hopefully they don't, but when they do, you really need to focus on what is going to help you. Like, is it rest? Is it a book? Is it
you as a human?
Yes.
Yeah.
So stepping away and thinking.
And then finally, therapy. Honestly, this is something that likely everyone in the world needs. And I think over the last few years, I don't think I even knew there were such things as business therapists too, which is like helping actual founders and CEOs, like as humans, not just business coaches, but like actual therapists, understand your own limiting beliefs and what's kind of holding you back. And then if it's not therapy, or you should also tag that on with some version of self-care for you. So whether that's like seeing your chiropractor on a regular basis, getting massages, doing acupuncture, going and getting an IV, like these are all things that Kurt and I make sure that we do. And we do these during work days.
We do.
Because that's when my kids are at school.
And we make it a priority to like work around it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes like even today as an example, I had a Mayan massage prior to this, and I was like, shoot, I have this and I can't move it. And Abby's like, that's okay, we'll just start after. So we make sure to prioritize that within the work week around our business, because we know that it's important. It's important for our business too, to have us showing up like that.
You guys, our light just went out in our studio and it got super dark in here.
So if you're watching the YouTube video, it might look a little weird, but sorry.
Also, surprise, we're on YouTube. So if you want to see our beautiful faces, you can come there. But actually, you won't be able to see them right now because we're dark. So
is it like completely dark?
No, it's not completely dark, but we are it's nighttime. It's winter in Minnesota, that's for sure.
This thing was like, you guys suck. This episode sucks. It's very depressing. Shut down.
Shut it off. But truly, we hope that this wasn't a super depressing episode. I mean, at the end of the day, we just want you to know that a sucky season does not mean you're not meant for this. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to run your own business. You're not meant to be an entrepreneur. You're not meant to be successful. It just means you're human, and that's okay.
And remember that list of people that we said above. So some of the most successful entrepreneurs who didn't avoid the hard seasons are showing up through them now.
So keep showing up.
If you like this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a review, and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We absolutely love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.